Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27 here, and welcome to the May 2024 recap video. So it actually feels like it's been a little bit since the last recap video for April. And yeah, honestly, May was a bit of an interesting month for Logan. It kind of just felt like April again, and it wasn't very good, but there were some videos that were like really amazing too, so it's kind of a bit of a weird month. Like April, it was mostly kind of bad with maybe a few decent videos, but this month I actually had some really good videos. So, okay, sorry about that. But hopping straight into it, we start off the month with Cody Peterson. So Cody Peterson was a pretty kind of bad video. Like, it wasn't a very good video to start off the month. I didn't really like it, and I think I made a review on this one, I'm not sure, but I didn't really care for this video because of a few things, mainly Cody being really stupid. This video is a really good example of just how dumb Cody is nowadays in modern SML, and how they've made him just a complete idiot, and he's just willing to do whatever, because the whole video is kind of like a parody of an old, like, TV show with some Australian dude, and he's like letting insects bite him and stuff like that. I don't really know much about the whole Peterson like parody. I don't really know much about that show. But basically, that's what they're parodying. But it's weird how they pick Cody for this video, because usually, Cody back then was always very smart and dismissing of dumb ideas. And nowadays, he's very much just allowing the insects and the animals to just bite him and just hurt him and poison him. And it's just really stupid. And honestly, the video is just kind of annoying. He literally just ends up dying at the end of it, and I really just didn't care for most of it. Like, don't get me wrong, Pablo was good. Like, I thought Pablo was pretty solid throughout the video, but he's pretty much the only saving grace, and most of it's just Cody being stupid. So yeah, not a great way to start off May. It honestly could have been a lot better, and it's just kind of sad because it keeps reminding me, time and time again, like, just how dumb Cody is now, to the point where he's like basically like Peter Griffin levels of stupid. So yeah, for this video, I'm going to be giving it a 5 out of 10. Didn't care for it much. Not a strong way to start off May, but we'll see if it gets better. Alright, so now we have Pac-Man's divorce. So this video was actually really interesting, at least when I first saw the title, and I kind of like the idea of it a little bit, but unfortunately this video gets ruined, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I like the idea because, like, they're introducing a new character. Technically he's been in some videos before, but they're almost like reintroducing Pac-Man, and I thought that was actually just become like a normal thing on the channel, but we literally never see him again after this video, so, it kind of just flopped. But immediately there's problems with this video. Pac-Man's only thing that he can say is waka waka, and he just kind of says that throughout the entire video and not much else, which is really disappointing because they had a good opportunity to introduce a new character and they ruined it. But that's not even the main problem with the video. The main problem with the video is a problem that you're going to be hearing me say a lot for the rest of this video, so get ready for that. It's fucking Brooklyn Guy. Brooklyn Guy is the sole reason this video starts sucking ass, like not even halfway through it. He pretty much just eats up most of the video, and they do the whole thing for some reason where he takes Pac-Man to like the Applebee's, and he takes him like a strip club, and we've seen these locations over and over and over again in videos like the Boys Night Out, where it was actually kind of funny and cool to see these locations. But now we've seen these locations so many times, and we've seen Brooklyn Guy, yapping so many times, that it's just bad. It ruins something that could have genuinely been interesting and funny, and it just makes it really annoying and upsetting to watch. I do like some moments of this video. This is one I actually reacted to on an old Twilight Princess episode when it came out. It had some funny moments, and I didn't hate it at the time, but to be honest, it's like a 6 out of 10. It's not much better than Cody Peterson. A little bit better, I'll give it a point. It was a little bit, better than the last one, but it's not that great of a video, and again, it's just Brooklyn Guy. So yeah, moving on. So now we have Jeffy's bowling ball. Oh great, another Jeffy video that has nothing to do with Jeffy. Jeffy's literally only in this video for barely a minute of the whole thing, and it's not even really about him. Like, the concept of it is, kind of interesting, I guess. I mean, they shatter the main, like, the door window, which, I mean, that's pretty big and above and beyond for Logan, even though he always breaks, like, TVs and destroys shit all the time, so it's not really anything out of the ordinary, but they break it, and they just kind of waste it on a stupid-ass video where It's just Jeffy making some jokes, which I'm not saying Jeffy is the problem here. He's not. He's okay, but he's literally not even in the video, like, to actually be, scored. He's not in it long enough to even matter. What actually ends up happening in this video is Brooklyn guy comes over to fix the door or something, and then he starts yapping, and it turns into a Nintendo section, and it's not an awful one from what I remember. It's actually a pretty funny one, but then it just keeps going on and on and on with Brooklyn guy, and then it just fucking ends out of nowhere. It's so stupid. Like, okay, we literally just had this last video. It's just another Brooklyn guy ruins the video thing. But to be honest, the plot of this one isn't really that good anyways, so, like, it didn't have much strength going for it. Okay, they break their front door window. Whoop-de-doo. And then Jeffy's not even in it, even though it is a Jeffy video. Like, I guess there's some funny moments, but it's not very good. It's maybe a 4 out of 10. And I know I'm being really, really negative, and you guys are probably thinking, wow, I remember maybe he gave this video a bit higher at the time, but I'm being just completely honest. Like, this month was rough, dude. This was a rough month for Logan. Looking back at it, yeah, it sucks it started off this way too. But yeah, moving on. So now we have the business deal. Now, this is the first actually decent video of May. I remember it too when it came out. I was actually pretty impressed. It's a bit of a unique concept with Marvin and Goodman working together against Ronald. And basically they're trying to screw Ronald out of this deal, this like business deal, and get all this money from him or whatever, make him like pay off money. Because they're like, something about the cheese, they're like changing the cheese and all that. It's a good plot. It's a pretty good plot. And it does heavily focus on Ronald McDonald, which usually I don't really enjoy that. As you guys may know from some of my reviews, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of Ronald always taking up all the videos. But this is one of the times I can give it a pass because it makes sense. It balances well with Goodman and Marvin trying to, scam him, basically, like, screw him out of all this money. And I just think it's a really funny idea, and it just works. Like, I'll be honest, they do spend a little too much time on Ronald, like solely Ronald when he's trying to kill Wendy. But the killing Wendy stuff is really, really funny, and it's very well acted. So I can't give it, I can't take off too many points there for that. Can't give it too much shit. It actually is a pretty decent video. There's no Brooklyn guy taking up all of it. Like, no, it's actually just solid. And yeah, Goodman's hilarious in it. Love Goodman. He's always, making the videos better nowadays. And yeah, Ronald honestly wasn't too bad, so I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. It actually was a really enjoyable video. So yeah, moving on. So now we have Jeffy's Naughty Magazine. So as you guys may be surprised to know this, I actually love this video, and I reviewed this one too when it came out, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. I do still think that. I still think this video is incredible. It's not perfect, I get that, and to be honest, I do have one criticism I'm gonna put out right there. Right away. It's the whole title of it. It's just clickbait again. Like, it's so stupid. But this time, it's like, whatever. I'm gonna try to let it slide because the video itself is really funny. Jeffy is again, not really in the video despite his name being in the title. He's just not there. He's like a fucking ghost. I don't know why they keep putting him in the video. But basically the idea of this one, if you guys want me to, kind of get more in depth, you can go watch a review. But the idea is like the Junior and his friends buy these naughty magazines because Jonathan's mom is selling them off, and Jonathan's freaking out. He's trying to get them all back from everybody. And then Chef Pee Pee finds them. Marvin and Rose find them. Everybody in the house is going crazy, and Jonathan's going crazy trying to get them all back from everybody. It's a really hilarious, chaotic episode that I just love. And honestly, the big problem that everyone has with this video being the whole like censored and blurring stuff, I don't even really care about it. Like, okay, yeah, like when you really focus on it, it's annoying, but when you just focus on the commentary and just like the characters talking to each other, like Junior, Joseph, or like with Chef Pee Pee, like it's genuinely just so fucking funny, and it's just so good. Like, yes, it's a weird concept, but for me it's hilarious, and I love that type of stuff, and they really get a little more edgy. And I don't mind the blurriness. I really don't, because I don't really focus on it 100%. Like, I get it, it's kind of in the way, I do, but it's not a big deal to me. It's just such a funny video. So I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 despite the clickbait title. It's a great video, and it's honestly one of the highlights from May, one of the very few highlights from this month. And no Brooklyn guy either? Like, what? Like, Jonathan's in it, and the return of Jonathan, like, I'm always down for that. You guys may know I do like Jonathan a lot. So yeah, really good video, finally. Moving on. All right, now for Jeffy's Mother's Day. This one was actually really weird for me to rate because I remember when I came out, I was just like, I don't know how to feel about this one. It's not a bad video, but it's also not a very good video. It is a Jeffy video. I will say Jeffy finally starts making a little more of an appearance in it. It isn't just like clickbait. The idea of it is kind of how Jeffy gets mad at Rose and, calls her, he thinks, he gets mad at her because she doesn't want to eat this cake that he made for her. It's a really shitty cake. So he runs away, and they spend most of the video with Simmons, Marvin, and Rose trying to figure out where Jeffy went. And there's a lot of funny jokes between all of them. I love the whole, Blumpkin joke that kept getting, appeared over and over again. Usually I hate that, but in this case, I genuinely found it funny just because it's Marvin being weird. And whenever Marvin's just weird like that, I find it hilarious. But I will say it was overused a little bit. But I kind of like it because you have this stuff going on and you have the plot or the main stuff going on with Jeffy. So they show it a couple scenes with Jeffy and where he went to. And basically he ends up finding his mom in this old area or whatever. And she pulls out a gun and she's scaring him. And she shoots him, but then, here's the big reveal, it's just a dream, and that's kind of where the video falls flat on its face. I mean, honestly, I'm not that mad about it being a dream. The whole idea of bringing Jeffy's mom back into the videos is just not a good idea. I could make a whole separate video on this topic, but we do not need his mom anymore. She died, she got killed, we had the movies, stop trying to shove her into random videos and plots and bringing her back. She's been dead, just stop doing it, So I'm not that mad at it being a dream, but I kind of wish they did it a little bit different. I wish it wasn't just some stupid reveal like that. I just wish it didn't happen, you know what I mean? I'm not saying the video's awful, I just it's just dumb because it's why would you go through all this effort of bringing his mom back? Oh, it's just a dream. I don't know. The ending's funny, I guess. And like I said, I like the Marvin, Rose, and Simmons stuff a lot. Here's the thing that nobody really talked about, but Simmons was really good in this video. He was way better as the cop than Brooklyn Guy has been in a while. He genuinely took Brooklyn Guy's whole rollover because Pablo had a little bit of a break in early May. So Simmons kind of, took that role, and I think he did great. So yeah, overall, gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Not bad, not good, just somewhere kind of good-ish. But yeah, that's about it. Moving on. Alright, so now we have John F. Kennedy. It's another Ken video, the first one in a very long time, and it's just not that great. I don't know, I mean, it's better because I do love, Junior Joseph Cody, I do, Penelope's great in it. But the whole idea of it's so stupid. It's basically this whole, they're kind of making a parody of the John F. Kennedy situation where he gets shot and, and the sniper and all that. They do that with Ken, and Ken's head, blows up, and it's just yeah, it's funny. I do kind of like how ridiculous it is, but then it's just them trying to figure out who did it for, the next 5 minutes, and it just goes on and on and on. They all start blaming each other. And I did not like that. I'm gonna be completely honest, guys. I did not like that shit. That was fucking annoying. Eventually, they figure out who did it. I guess it was Junior who did it. There's this court scene part at the end that's very random and one-off that I found hilarious, and I wish that was more of the video. But besides that, the main video, it wasn't all bad, but I feel it kind of fell flat on its face with the whole figuring out who killed Ken. They also bring back Timmy in this video, but Timmy gets shot, and we haven't really been seeing the Hugger dudes that much in May. We've seen them a little bit in April, but not as much this month, and I don't know if it's canon that, Timmy's killed off or not. I guess it's canon. And I don't know if this video was supposed to be the video that breaks up Cody and Timmy. I don't think it was, but it feels like they were hinting at that at the very least. And it just kind of feels all over the place for me. It's not that great of a video. It's fine, but it's not that great. It's a 6 out of 10. So yeah, moving on. All right, now for Jeffy's traffic light. Does anybody even remember this existing? Because I don't. I watched it, I guess, but I don't remember this video. This is literally one of the most forgettable videos Logan has made in a while. He's made some, you could debate that and be oh, well, what about April? April, though, was just more offensively bad garbage coming out, Cody's stolen penny. You know what I mean? There was way more of that type of stuff. It wasn't just, stuff like this hasn't really happened as much. So Jeffy's traffic light, it's not, bad, but it's just not even good in the slightest. But it's not, offensively bad. It's just kind of dumb. Jeffy goes and steals a traffic light. He has it in his bedroom. Brooklyn Guy comes over and yaps. They take away the traffic light or something, or I don't know, I guess Jeffy gets away with it. Marvin's kind of freaking out. Like, I don't really even remember most of the plot because of just how shitty it was. Like, it wasn't like a really, really bad video to remember. It just wasn't a very good video. It was so dumb. Like, they made this whole thing and it just felt pointless. So for that, I'm gonna give it a 6. It had funny moments, yeah. It's not, like I said again, like, it's not offensively bad, but it was just so boring. It was so boring. I just don't remember this video, man. So yeah, moving on. All right, so now for the Avengers of... Oh my god. Sorry. Now for the Avengers of D. This video was really, really stupid. Really stupid, but it's sad because it actually had potential. I thought this video had a lot of potential. I love the whole concept of like, okay, like as much as I hate Rose's ex-boyfriends, I'm not saying that it was cool that they were all brought back and there's like a new one now they introduce. Like, I don't really like that idea, but them all trying to become like superheroes against like a super villain, like comic book story type of like vibe. Like, I love that, but it's just sad because they barely even focus on it. And it's because of this one thing that comes in and fucking ruins the whole video and whatever little potential it had. It wasn't necessarily a banger video from the start, no, but I do kind of like the end a lot when it focuses on them being superheroes and Marvin becoming one. Like, that shit is hilarious to me and I do enjoy that. But the one thing that happens, you guys already should know what I'm gonna say. Brooklyn guy. Fucking Brooklyn guy comes up. This time though, it is so forced. Like, they don't need Brooklyn guy in this video at all. And what happens is he just calls Mario, and then they just yap on the call for a while, and he comes to a house, and he brings over a stripper. And it's like, I don't know, this video is weird because it's trying to focus on stuff going on with Rose's exes, but it's also like Rose and Marvin's relationship issues, but then it's also just a bunch of like Brooklyn guy nonsense and with a stripper, and then it goes back to Marvin and Rose, and then it goes back to the superheroes, but then it's more Brooklyn guy. And the big problem is the joke where Brooklyn guy is just going on and on about like, I don't remember the joke. I do not remember the fucking joke, but he keeps going on about something about like a handshake. I think they were trying to do a special handshake, and it just keeps going on and on about it. It's like, dude, just shut up. You have no reason to be in this video. Why are you in this video? It was a funny video without him, though. Rose was annoying, yeah, but she was actually kind of funny and had me giggling a little bit. Like I said, her exes were pretty funny in it. And when Marvin becomes a superhero at the end and he's like about to get his ass beat, like, I thought that shit was golden. So I do think there actually was some really funny moments in this and some potential there was, but they didn't really focus on like what it was supposed to be instead of just cramming, you know, Brooklyn guy in for like 4 or 5 minutes. It's stupid. It's just dumb. Why would you do that? Like, I know, I kind of get why Logan is doing this, and I don't want to repeat myself too much, but unfortunately, a lot of May was just the repeating problems over and over again, so it kind of ruined most of May. I know why he's doing it, though. He's doing it just to fill up the video. Like, he gets these ideas, it's like, oh, maybe this is a good idea, and then he just puts Brooklyn guy in because he realizes he isn't able to do much with it, or that he just doesn't know what to do with it, can't think of it much, and then just, oh yeah, Brooklyn guy. Like, what? So yeah, anyways, moving on. I'm giving this video 6 out of 10, I guess. Like I said, there were a lot of funny moments in it, but it's just sad because most of it got ruined by Brooklyn guy. So yeah. All right, now for Jeffy's lie detector. It's another forgettable Jeffy video. Woohoo! Very similar to some of the other Jeffy videos of nowadays. Like, okay, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it. A few scenes, but it's not really always about him. Instead, I can't believe I'm saying this again. I'm sorry that if this isn't that great of a recap, but I'm so pissed. Fucking Brooklyn guy again comes in and takes up most of it. Although I will say there's some stuff that is trying to stop that from happening. So the whole concept real quick, there's a lot of stuff in the beginning that just doesn't need to be there. It takes them almost 5 minutes to even get to the point, which I just hate. It's Marvin and Rose looking for this cat and making flyers and being like, oh, we're missing the cat, because Jeffy's dumbass leaves the door open and cat runs out of there. So it's basically just a video about a missing cat for the first 5 minutes, and then finally they get the lie detector test thing going with Brooklyn guy, and Marvin keeps calling it a time machine, and they keep doing the time machine joke, which, yeah, I kind of found that funny at first, but that's kind of dumb. And then Brooklyn guy, of course, just yaps and lies and lies and yaps and yaps, and then he eventually leaves, and then Goodman comes in, and this part actually surprised me because Goodman was great. Goodman was genuinely one of the best moments of the video for me. Like, I loved Goodman in it. I thought Goodman did a very good job in the video. He pretty much, saved it a little bit from all the Brooklyn guy shit. But I still didn't like the first few minutes where it's just the plot about the cat. If you're gonna go hard into a plot about the missing cat, just make the video about that. Don't make it a whole different thing about a lie detector test, because the whole lie detector test thing felt like it just kind of was just thrown in there. Almost like a modern day Family Guy episode, or just kind of threw it together. Like, I don't know, the lie detector had some potential, but I feel like they didn't really utilize it to its full potential. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, kind of a mixed bag for me. I'm gonna go 5 out of 10 on this one. That may seem pretty low, considering there are a lot of good moments like with Goodman and stuff, but it just, there's too much random nothing going on for it to actually be anything good. So yeah, it's unfortunate May's pretty negative, but yeah. So now, moving on, we have Cody Goes to Kindergarten Part 6. Woo! And as you guys may know, and I've been talking about this for the past couple months because they've just been doing this series every month now and really sticking to it. Usually, at least in the beginning, I was very positive about this series and I thought it was amazing and I thought it was like had so much potential. And then by like part 4, it just started falling off completely and I started genuinely despising it. Part 4 and 5 were some of the worst in the series, and part 6, it's probably the bottom of the barrel when it comes to this series. Like, I originally thought this was going to be the finale because it was like the big exam again, but this time it was the whole video was just the kids trying to do this exam and the teacher trying to pass them real quick to get them out. And yeah, there's like, admittedly, yes, there is a lot of funny moments throughout them trying to take the exam, but it gets pretty repetitive pretty fast, and it all leads up to the principal basically finding out that all the kids were cheating, that she was letting them pass from his son Daryl, which, okay, yes, this part is golden. It's a 10 out of 10 moment, but no, it's not a 10 out of 10 video. It's just a 10 out of 10 moment where he, the kid, autistic kid who's like, bear, bear, bear. He finally talks, right? He talks and he tells the principal, like, all of these kids are cheating. That part's hilarious. I do love the ending. But the ending also makes me upset, and it's mainly a SML question, which usually I don't really talk about the SML questions, but this one is really annoying because it asks, oh, like, do you want us to keep doing this in the summer and make a summer school series? And it's like, dude, what? Like, how is this not the finale? How much more are you going to drag this series on for all it's worth? It's not really even going anywhere. Pretty much every episode's kind of just the same gist of, like, they're in the kindergarten, the kids are being annoying, Cody's trying to figure it out, and then now in the past couple episodes, they do the exam stuff, which doesn't really go anywhere because they always either fail or, like, they're cheating, which is fucking dumb. Like, why are they just randomly doing exams? And then, now Logan's thinking of making it into the summer, and it's just like, dude, just end the series already. Just end it. It's not good. I'm gonna give it a 5. I don't know. I don't care. I'm sorry. I just don't care about May. May fucking sucks. Alright, now, finally, for a very, very good video, the Charlie and Friends problem. This video was such a shock to my system, bro. Like, watching it, I couldn't even believe Logan made this. This video, and I made a whole dedicated review to it not too long ago, but this video was a straight up banger. It felt like something straight out of 2014 SML when he still really was, like, putting in care into the videos, and, like, it wasn't just rushed or Brooklyn guy, it wasn't just that bullshit. It was a very, very hilarious and creative plot about the Charlie and Friends of the show being, like, kind of removed and replaced with an animated version of it, and Bowser was like, or Braxton, whatever, was freaking out about it. And, like, the thing that really makes this video good, I mean, there's so many things that make it, like, such a good video. Like, obviously, Charlie and Friends is hilarious. Like, Braxton is hilarious. Like, there's so many good moments in it. The Nintendo, section is great for once. It's not just used for filler. It's used to actually progress the plot, and it matters to the video. Like, finally, I wish that happened more. But the thing that really sells the video for me is the actors, bro. The actors just do such a good-ass job on, like, their acting. Like, they just do great. Like, everybody does great in this video. Like, Pablo's hilarious, like, Anthony's hilarious, Elena's, like, they're all good, and they all carry the video. Because for once, we finally get to see the behind the scenes of Charlie and Friends, and I love how they explain and kind of go deep with the lore of the TV show. And it's just so funny, man. Like, every joke just lands, acting's great, the pacing's great. There's not too much Bowser in it, which is fine, but the moments with him are really funny, like when he goes and talks with Junior, Joseph, and Cody about like what he should do. That part's hilarious to me. I love that. And like I said, the Nintendo animation just slaps. Like, it's all just so good. It is so good. It's genuinely such a banger, and it's such a fresh, a breath of fresh air. And honestly, like, the only little criticism I could make for this one is that I do think the Nintendo animation is a little bit corny, but that's the whole point of it. Like, yeah, maybe a little hard to sit through, but it's not a bad, like, animation at all. Like, it's a little bit kiddish, right? But it's supposed to be like that, and it's supposed to just, you know, matter to the plot. And I love it, honestly. It is such a good video. I was so impressed by this video when it came out. I still am. And I just wish Logan made more videos like this, because this is just such a good example of when Logan can finally make a banger. You know, a lot of people will always give Logan a lot of shit, but like when he's making videos like this where like you don't even necessarily need the puppets and plushies to carry it. Like, the actors are the ones who carried most of the video, and there was a huge lack of puppets in it, which was very different to see, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 on this video. I don't want to ramble about it too much. It just feels good to be positive for once, because I've been really negative in this recap, and I hate to see that, but that's just the type of content Logan's been giving us, is pretty mid or negative stuff. But this was a banger, and it will always be a banger. 9 out of 10. Alright, now for Final Destination. This one's actually not too bad. It is a Brooklyn guy-ish video, but he's not actually too annoying in it. It's a parody of the movies like Final Destination, where this dude sees a vision of like this, you know, plane crash, and he's like has to save all these people, and then death, you know, starts coming after everyone and killing them. And you know, it's an interesting movie. You know, I don't know too much about it besides like the basic gist of it. But I like SML's take on it. I love how, you know, he got everyone together. Like, it's Marvin, Rose, Karen, Brooklyn guy, Jeffy, whatever, and they go on a plane. And like, I love, like, that's the big part of this video that really does it for me, is like the whole plane section. It's just so funny. It's a cool different backdrop for once. It's not just a stupid red couch all the time or a kitchen. Like, no, they're actually a little plane set, and I love that. And Brooklyn guy, like, yeah, he is a little bit annoying, but he's not too bad. He like actually fits in here a little more, and I love his sarcastic attitude. It shines brighter in this video than, you know, typically like when he comes over to the house and just kind of yaps. Like, I think it works better here, because it literally punches a baby and says all this crazy shit, and just like, I don't know, something about that's just way funnier for Brooklyn guy. I don't, you know, I want to kind of remind you guys, I don't hate Brooklyn guy. He just kind of gets really annoying sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I do prefer the first half of this video over the second half. The second half is basically the big part where like death starts coming for everyone. Like, Jeffy gets killed, Rose gets killed. They all start dying left and right. And then the ending just is a big flop for me. Like, everything else is pretty good, but the ending is a huge flop for me, because Brooklyn guy just gets killed and nothing happens. I kind of thought it would be like a big dream situation, but no, he just dies and it goes to the SML question. Like, what? But kind of lame of an ending, but not a bad video. I'm gonna go solid 8 out of 10 on this one. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. It's not as good as Charlie and Friends Problem, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, moving on. And finally, to end off May, Jeffy's Escape Room. A pretty mid and depressing, well, disappointing video to end off a pretty bad month. Besides a few exceptions. But yeah, so Jeffy's Escape Room, honestly, it sucks, because this is the 1000th SML video. Obviously, Logan isn't really paying attention to that. He's not going to know it's the 1000th SML video, but, you know, it happens. Whatever. I don't really care about that. I'm not going to dock points for that. The actual video itself is just, I don't know, I say it's disappointing because, like, it was a cool idea to have, you know, the escape room plot and, like, have Brooklyn guy and Karen, like, go into, like, Junior's room, for example. And there's even a lot of, like, random Jackie Chu moments that I thought were hilarious. And I don't mind the Junior, Joseph, and Cody stuff at the beginning, but the bulk of the video is literally just Brooklyn guy being dumb and walking around Junior's room and just trying to, like, put things together to figure out how to escape the room, even though, like, there isn't really a big threat. Like, it's just Jeffy holding a doorknob or door handle or whatever, and it's just, like, Brooklyn guy kind of just going ape shit and just trying to connect things to each other that don't make any sense. I just had a really boring time watching this, and I was watching it with my best friend Chris, so shout out to him, but we both didn't really care for it. It's a solid 5 out of 10 for me, and it just, I don't know, had some stuff going in the beginning that I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And I have a little commercial he put together, which I thought the commercial was funny. But then they actually get to the main video and it just sucks ass. It's boring, it's just lame, and it's nowhere near as good as an escape room video actually could have been. So, really depressing way to end off this month, but this month wasn't a very good month. I'm gonna say that now. It was not a good month. This was honestly probably worse than April looking back at it. Like, there was so many forgettable videos, bad videos, just what the fuck videos. Like, in the midst of all of it, though, there were a few bangers. There was, like, Jeffy's Naughty Magazine. There was the Charlie and Friends problem. There was the Final Destination, which I actually liked quite a bit. Like, there were some bangers. There actually were some bangers this month, but not enough to even hold it up past a 4 out of 10. It's honestly not even going to be a 4. It's going to be a 3 out of 10. It was a rough month, and I didn't enjoy most of the content. Like, some of it I found kind of funny here and there, like, oh, John F. Kennedy, but dude, this month fucking blew. It was either just straight up forgettable, dog shit, or just what? Most of it, but not all of it. Not all of it. That's why it's going to get a 3 out of 10 for me. I am sorry for being so negative tonight on today or this video, but this is just kind of my honest thoughts and feelings. And that's why I like doing these recap videos, because I get to really show you guys how I feel about the videos after a few weeks have passed, rather than when these reviews are first coming out. And some people get to see my thoughts on something during that time, or like maybe on a live stream, I'll mention the video and be like, I give it like a 7. But in reality, I come back and like, low-key a 5 or a 4. You know what I mean? I get to give you guys my honest opinion. So yeah, here's to hoping June will be better. I can say, because the first video of June actually already came out, Brooklyn Guys Clones, it was a pretty solid video. I can at least say that. So we'll see how I feel about it at the end of June. But here's to hoping June will actually be somewhat better. I don't expect it, but I hope we can at least get another couple of Charlie and Friend problem videos, because those were straight bangers. And I just hope Logan stops using Brooklyn Guy. Stop fucking using him for every video, please. That's all I'm going to say to end off this video. Just stop relying on Brooklyn Guy for everything. You don't need him for everything. That's it. Like, subscribe, share, play later, all that. Stay lit. Peace out. Love you guys. And yeah, see ya.